It's Friday Sews. Hello everyone. It's Friday Sews and it's Deb here from Sewing Seams with Deb. Today in Friday Sews, I'm going to talk to you about what I made on the retreat. So that was very productive and I've got a fair bit to report. Well, thank you everyone for joining me and welcome to those that haven't been to this vlog before, and welcome back to everyone else. So today I'm wearing some house clothes, basic house stuff. I've got a pair of 501 jeans on, Levi's, and a sew over it shift dress just made into a top. I don't know if you can see it. It's just a house. It's a house top, and the weather's warming up, so I'm starting to change my attire around the house. I've been swimming, I've been doing laps, and so I'm very pleased with myself, if I may say so myself. So this week I went on the sewing retreat for the Australian Sewing Guild, the ASG, and a section of the ASG here in WA had a retreat. It's the annual retreat. So it starts on Sunday at 3 in the afternoon and goes through to after lunch on Wednesday. So it's 3 nights and lots of chatting and lots of makes and lots of comparisons of various patterns and fabrics, and fantastic catching up with lots of friends and making new friends. So I had a great time. I've got a little bit of vision here now showing here on this vision. I've got the sewing space for those people that were sewing garments or sewing, quite a big area, and there was 20 of us, and you can see we had kind of work blocks of groups of people, or we're working in groups. So some people, I sat with different people I haven't sat with before, so that was really nice, but they are from my particular sewing group, so I loved that. It was fantastic to spend time with them. And the other part that I've got here is the other room, which I had less people in, much less. They had 2 of our sewers in there, plus the rest of the lovely ladies were doing their embroidery with their embroidery machines. So that's a very specific type of sewing for those that don't know. And you use these really clever machines that do all sorts of really computerized images and make amazing things. So that was the little room that had those people that were making fantastic things. The last evening we had a fun fashion parade where we all showed the things we'd been making. So it's a lot of fun, and it's time well spent, no interruptions, beautiful food, lovely accommodation, and I've got some pictures here of the walk. It's actually opposite the seaside, and I did have a swim the very first afternoon and went with a friend, and we had a little dip, and then we got back and got cracking with our sewing. And when I went walking in the morning, I took some images of the beautiful seaside, and it's a bay. It's called Safety Bay, and it's quite a big area, very, very popular, and lots of joggers and walkers, and not that many swimmers, although the water was beautiful. So it's a lovely environment to be involved in, to be going to, and well worth the effort of getting there and preparing the projects, which took me ages. So a bit about the projects. The first evening I wanted to just do something easy. I felt a little bit frazzled. for some reason. So I made the 3 pair of knickers that I had, or undies that I had cut out. So they're all been made, and 2 of the 3 are made with just bands instead of elastic at the bottom. And so I've just used leftovers. So this one's a cotton spandex. These ones are just cotton jersey, a little bit of lace. And these ones are double brush poly. So I think you might have seen some of these garments, these dresses. This one is a winter dress. So those got made, and I was very happy with those. So they can go into the round of use now that they're all finished. So the Penelope dress that I have hanging up here turned out magnificent, and I'm very pleased with it. I got almost finished, and I was becoming very worried that it wouldn't fit because it's quite snug at the waist. For those that don't know, the Penelope woven dress is a style arc pattern, and first time I've made a style arc pattern, and it's quite a well-known fact that the instructions are very brief, and that there's a lot of assumed knowledge or underpinning knowledge. And so I felt that it was a great opportunity, given that at the retreat we have a lovely lady called Kay, who helps us with our projects, and she was for many, many years a lecturer in fashion, and garment making. So she helped me with a couple of things. So let me get her down, Penelope. So here she is. I'll put some vision up. So some of the highlights are beautiful fabric. It's just Spotlight, and it's a premium linen that I got on a 40% off sale. And ages ago, in April 2022, I got this, and I did buy 3.6 meters, but there's almost 0.9 of a meter remaining. The pattern itself I cut out to be a size 12 bust and branched it out to a size 14 at the waist and for the rest. And you'll see in the vision that it's quite a snug fit at the waist. So I certainly wouldn't want it to be any smaller. And the thing that I was concerned about when I started to think it's not going to fit, that it only has a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, 1 centimetre. Don't have a lot to play with. So it's not the usual 1.5 centimetres or 5/8 of an inch. And if it did have that much, I wouldn't have been worried, because I just would have let it out. In any case, it fits for the moment, and very happy about it. Very happy with the zip. The zip went in beautifully. So and often that's a sticking point, but that went in lovely. Beautiful sleeves, bell-bottom sleeves. These are called tucks. Really, they're pleats, sideway pleats. So the tucks, it's got a gusset piece under the arm. That's the first time I've done that before. It's very much in pieces. And the pockets, the way the pockets were put in, or the way the instructions spoke about the pockets to put them in, I've never put pockets in that way before. So Kay helped me do that, and they turned out beautiful, which I'll see if I can show you. You can't really see it very well, but you might be able to see it on the photo. But they did turn out very nice and clean looking. I'll try and show you again, because honestly, I took a couple of hours to do the pockets, because I was being very particular at the start and the finish of it. So they look very, I'm very happy with the end product. And this is my Christmas dress, and I do have a couple of Christmas outings to go to, so I'll be wearing that. It's going to be a good dress. You know what that is? If you have the same thing. So I'm very happy with that. And plain. For those people that have been hanging around for a while, you'll know I don't often have a plain fabric garment. So this is quite new for me. So I'll be able to have some, I'll dress it up or dress it down with jewellery. So that's the Penelope dress. I'm very pleased with it. The last garment that I made was, or is, Marcy Tilton V8876. I've made this before. I made it out of an old sheet and very orange, and that one is plain as well. A great pattern, a lot of fun, and some of you use this pattern already. I think I've seen some of you speak about this pattern, and it lends itself to using up scraps or pieces, putting pieces together. So this is what I made, and it's very loud and different, and I've made it out of mostly men's shirts, and I've upcycled them. So I do have a little bit of a couple of photos here of a couple of the before shirts. This section here with the orange and the pink is, and the back, that piece there, that's linen, and that was a linen dress of mine, which I never wore. I love the fabric, absolutely love it. It's beautiful. I never wore it though because it was too short and I didn't like the style. And then this orange check shirt, I just wanted to make something special out of it, but I didn't quite know what. So that was a men's shirt. So the back has got a beautiful pleat in it, and the front has got these darts, downward facing darts, which is very nice. This, the middle front piece where the buttons are, sorry, I'll just do that, where the buttons are, hold on. The middle piece where the buttons are, is the front of the pink shirt, and you may remember this pink shirt from last summer. I picked it up at a second-hand shop, an Oppo, and I only paid a couple of dollars for it, but I loved it. And I've never, you don't see many pink shirts like that are in the men's section at the second-hand shop for only a couple of dollars. So what I did was I cut out this piece and kept, instead of cutting two separate pieces, I cut it so that I included the joining, the placket already with the buttons on it, so that I didn't have to do buttons and buttonholes, and I was utilising this lovely piece in the middle here. Plus, the other thing I did with it is I turned it upside down, so the pattern piece went the opposite way that the shirt was, and now the buttons are facing the right direction for the female, which is right over left. So, and then this solid pink piece, which is got tucks and a bit of lace on it. That was a lady's blouse, but I only used a little bit of that, and I've used some at the back as well. So it's very funky, it's very me, and I shall show you, I shall put a bit of vision up for you to, a bit of a twirl. Then this, I'll just show you the twirl first, and then, so you can see that it's quite a voluminous dress. And another person that was at the sewing retreat uses this pattern a lot, and she makes not only dresses but mainly tops out of it. So she just cuts it shorter than the pattern explains, and then she uses up leftovers and scraps. So it's a great way to utilize these things. And even the Penelope dress, the red dress, that's in pieces as well. You could almost do lots of scraps for that as well. So that really lends itself to that. Last comment about this 8876 by Vogue Marcy Tilton dress. This also has pockets, and I used that part of the pocket was already a pocket in that original dress. So I used up as much as I could from the garment, the pieces that I was chopping up. I didn't have much left. All the way down to this cord that tightens around the neck. It does up around the neck. Is just the bottom of the blouse, the bright pink lady's blouse. I just cut that off and did a little bit of zigzag. Not sure if you can see that. Tie a knot, thread that through the little channel. I've got the underside of the collar is the pink, and the top side of the collar is the pink and the underside is the orange. So from the back it will look like this, and from the front it will look like that. So very crazy, hey? But I love it. And it's men's shirt, so it's going to be very comfortable. And you know that I know I'm going to be able to throw it into the washing machine and won't be any problem at all about shrinking or stains coming out. So I'm very pleased with that. Can't wait to wear it. Yay! So the retreat is done for another year. A lot of fun, a lot of frivolity, a lot of laughter, a lot of talking things through, and a good time was had by all. So I would love to hear in the comments if you've been on a retreat this year, and how many nights it was and what sort of accommodation it was, and also how many garments did you make? Because I was thinking, I would hate to go to a retreat. It's about an hour's drive for me. To go to all that effort to go to the retreat, pay the money, pack your clothes, go there, and then run out of projects. That would be annoying. So, but anyway, I was pleased that I almost finished everything. So my Marcy Tilton dress, I finished when I got home. I just had the band at the bottom and around the neck and a couple of things to do. And I changed the buttons to the bright pink buttons. So, so that's that. That's the end of that chapter for another year. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye now. So thank you very much for joining me today for Friday Sews and the update on the retreat. I shall see you next time. Until then, take good care of yourselves. Stay well. Keep sewing or knitting or fancy work or crafting. So until then, happy sewing. Bye.